Hey, what's up, guys? Just like that, second match of the season is here, and we're up against Lionheart. And let's see how we do here. So this was the matchup last season we didn't do so well with. I think we will do this. We'll go ahead and put what's his name, Sostara in there in center back. We have to have Jermaine Sione up there up front. Now, Jermaine Sione is not a bad player. But look at that. He dislikes the big matches, so he's not going to be here for a whole ton of time. So this is what I do, right? Put in a note, says big matches, and that will give him his card. I'm not even sure if I want to start him because this is what I would consider to be a big match. Let's take a quick look here and see what we can do. Auto size all columns. And, we could start Julio instead. Not having Maile means, of course, that we can't start him because he's not on the squad. So we're going to start this kid instead. Julio is going to start up there. This is a kid who's from Samoa itself. And he's also very, very consistent, balanced, and has played pretty well for us so far in the matches leading up to this. That's what you've always got to check on these guys. I should have known that Sione was going to be like that. We've had a number of good strikers leave, and we also have a couple of guys in the under-18s that can come up, but that has to wait till the transfer season opens up again. A little bit of a different look. We did see Lutu before, yeah. Ivan Lei is going to be over on the left side. Milani, Tia over here. Xu Shengqie is another Taiwanese player who's playing in a position that's a little bit unfamiliar to him, but not too far out there. We'll see how Xu does. And this is Marcelino Silvia. Where is he from? He is from Macau. And this guy is good. And this is the sort of player we definitely want on our team. Otherwise, it's mostly the same. Paulo Kwan came on as a substitute last match. This guy, Yuswardi, is another one from Brunei and is a very, very good player, probably one of the two best players on our squad. So we'll see how this goes with these guys, and we'll go ahead and take them on and push this on through. I just hope that we can refrain from having players given red cards for no reason, because we want to make sure that we have enough players so that we can make the decisions we need to make, especially when one of our men turn out to dislike those big matches, because this one is probably a big match. Lionheart won the league last season. By the way, I forgot to mention this yesterday, but we finished fourth. It was fourth place that we got in the end of the season, not second, but fourth, because of that final game of the season lost against Ilau and Tomata. And so we need to get our revenge here, and we need to be on our best foot and to play our best game. Let's see what we can do. We're always, I think, going to be on the lookout for the best possible players among these different island leagues. We just need to find whatever we can get, and we hopefully will find players who are consistent. Lay back to Kwan. This is the way we like to play. A little bit slower. Kwan knocks it all the way back to Fatu, over to Sostara. Sostara up to Xu. Xu has it over to Milani. Milani lumps this one forward to nobody. Silva with it. Silva forward to Milani, who has point-blank range on goal and then kicks it straight to the goalkeeper. It's like he didn't know that this was going to happen and then got really surprised at the end. I would not be surprised if Milani were another player who turned out to dislike big matches once he turns 22. So it's one of those things that we always have to check on. If you have that thing come up, you're not going to stay on my team for long. Xu here with the corner, steps back and fires with the left foot, and it's over to Lulo, who almost scored that one. And here is, who is this? Xu again with the corner. So we haven't really set up our corner takers much at all. It's going to be Kwan there, who has that one knocked behind him for another corner. We have a number of really, really tall players now, guys who are around 190 centimeters or so. And this one is knocked back out to Swarty. Uswardi goes back and gets it. That's the end of the highlight. Xu with a very, very good corner, though, and that was Lulo again, who came very, very close to scoring. Now Xu here with the free kick, and this is knocked back again for another corner. So we've really been putting on the pressure here in the early going. Xu steps back, and he's going to fire again, and here it comes, and it is again for Lulo, and he misses it. So Stara can't quite get to that in time. And we have another chance, another corner. This is like the sixth corner we've had. We're not even 10 minutes into the match. And it's going to be Xu here. I guess we're always looking for the far corner. I noticed that. Maybe I've set this up a little bit wrong. That's out for a throw finally. So that will finally end that endless cycle for us. And here's another corner. Imagine that. Xu here steps back and fires forward. He's going to get tired of that. And, hey, if you want to practice your corner routine, you should come to this match. And we're unfortunately unable to sort of press that ball off of them. And we need to make sure that we get back. And this is where a number of these players, again, are players who I brought in and then promptly let go of. Milani lumps this one forward for Julio. And unfortunately, that ball ends up just about nowhere. Tia with it. I know why Julio actually is in the middle of those corner routines is because I had Maile doing that, and he's really tall. That's one of those things that we're going to miss since he's gone. Lutu with it now, over to Julio, and his blast is way over everybody's head. It's out for a goal kick. So we'll see what we can do here as we move forward. There's a throw in over to Lutu. Lutu with it over to Silva. Silva to Suardi. Suardi looking for Lulio, and ends up back with Uswardi again. Uswardi has it here in our own half over to Sostara. Sostara moves it up to Shu and then to Silva. Let's see if we can cross this midline. We do. Silva with it. Back to Uswardi and over to Sostara. Sostara to Uswardi. We're more than happy to take our time. The fans are going to hate us for this. Shu lumps it forward to Tia. Over to Silva. Silva down to Shu again. Over to Milani. And that pass to Ulio. Julio ends up being knocked back for, guess what, another corner. We're probably going to end up having to change the organization here in this corner because I think these are all going to go in for guys who are not as tall as I thought. Ends up in the back with Lay, and that's going to be the end of that. So I don't know how many corners we've had here so far in the first half, but it's been kind of ridiculous. So Stara knocks this one, again looking for Julio, over to Silva, back to Xu Shangxie, to Mr. Quan, over to Julio. And Julio takes a shot, and that one is knocked over the bar for another corner. Imagine that. So 20 minutes in this match, and it's been nothing but corners. Here is Shu taking this one, and it's Uswardi who scores, and you knew that was coming eventually. Uswardi, very, very good player, probably the best defensive player here in the entire country. And it's amazing that we can find these guys just by looking around the world. There are a lot of other countries we haven't looked at quite yet. I'm going to have to figure out a better way, though, to do this so that I don't crash the game every time I go around and talk a whole bunch of guys into signing only to release them. So the plan is going to change as we go forward, but for the time being, it worked actually pretty well. We got a lot of good players here, and we'll see if we can survive. Mr. Shu again with the shot, and boy, that one ends up being a goal kick. That was a wicked shot that just totally clanked off the top crossbar, and that was very, very close. And we will end up with a 1-0 lead, I believe. Here's Shu again. This is a better angle for him. That one hit the wall. It hit Tua in the wall and then went straight back afterwards. It's got to hurt. Shu Shangxie knocks this one forward, and he's looking for Quan. Can't quite find him, and that's going to be behind for a goal kick. And that's going to be the end of the first half. We'll go over here to halftime. That was very good. I do think that we can take charge of this match, though. And the first thing we want to do is take a look here at the corners, at the attacking corners, and see how we have this set up. So, yeah, here is, well, I don't know. Having Julio there, I mean, he's 1.85 meters. It's not awful. It's not awful to have him here, and having this guy here is pretty bad. And we don't really have anybody else to play there, so we'll go ahead and take him back. And we'll do that same thing here, on the other side. And we'll just take this guy back, and that'll be that. Let's take a look here quickly at these tactics. I don't know why you have to hit that twice. Who designed this? Anyway, yeah, unless he was not playing well. Tiatia's not playing well. There's a surprise. So we take Tiatia off, and neither one of these guys is doing much, and we don't have anybody to come in from. I guess Paulo can come on. We don't have anybody who can play on that left side, so even Lay is going to have to tough it out. And let's see what we can do here in the second half. We should be winning by more. And that was a real interesting run where we had corner after corner after corner. And hopefully we'll be able to actually do something that's worth watching here this time around. 1-0 is the score. And now we just have to sit back and wait and see exactly what's going to happen. Here is Xu Shengqie again with the free kick, and he just barely misses a goal again. He's had a hat trick of close misses here so far. Here is Xu again. Knocks someone over to Lay. Lay has it, brings it up left side, over to Xu. Xu over to Milani, and he takes a shot from range, and that's over everybody's head. As I said before, I do think Peyton Milani dislikes big matches. I think that's what's going on. I think that's why he's getting the ball in these great positions, and then he just doesn't know what to do with it and seems really surprised that he has the ball. So Stara with it over to Quan. Quan walks it up. Quan still over to Silva. That's a really poor pass, and that's not the way that we like to pass. And so Stara fouls him from behind. He's going to be sent off. That's the second sent-off player we've had in 2 games. And this is going to be somewhat problematic. And so let's see what we can figure out here. We want to get a third guy playing back down there. Yeah. Well, we don't want Silva to play in that position. We probably want to put Seli Fuimauno on, so we're going to do that. And, all right, let's see what we can do here. They have a free kick now from this dangerous range, and I'm worried they're going to tie the score. And it just barely misses, and Fati's able to recover and grab it. Man, oh man, that was a somewhat tense moment. And so we are down to 10 men again. Jaya knocks this one up. It's Uswardi who knocks it back, and Paulo has it. We'll see if we get a little bit of a counterattack here. It's to Julio. I mean, there's a whole bunch of guys around him. To Paulo over to Xu Shengqie. Xu Shengqie takes a shot from range and scores that. Man, that was amazing. Wow. Jeez. I put him in the Segundo Volante role because I've been saying his name so much, and he shows up by taking this shot from the middle of nowhere. I mean, 30 yards out easily. Look at where he shoots this from. He shoots this baby from right here, and it goes in. So, I mean, there's nothing you can do about that, and it's 2-0 for PanSa East FC, down to 10 men. So we do need to work a little bit on our aggression, but scoring goals like that when you're down to 10 men is pretty impressive. We're up 2-0 here on the reigning champions, and it's Roble who goes back and wins this one. Our friend from Somalia over to Swardi, over to Paulo, back to Xu Shengqie. Xu Shengqie brings it up over to Milani, and Milani is fouled from behind, and they're going to give him a straight red for that. That's a weak tackle. That is a weak tackle. I think that was a really weak red card. I agree with the one on Sosdara. That was a ridiculous challenge from behind for him to make. But that tackle there on the Lionheart player was that was no red. Xu Shengqie looks for a second and barely misses it. How did he miss that one? That one hit the very top of the bar. I thought that was in. So 2-0 remains the scoreline for PanSa East FC. We're going to win this match, and we have a pretty good team, I would say. Last season, with the players we had last season, if we got ourselves into this situation, we would just give up. But this season, it's not going to be much giving up, I'll tell you that. Gutierrez takes a shot, good angle, but not really the best arc on that one. And it's going to be the end right here. Paulo over with the ball over to Milani. Milani up to Lay. Lay knocks it over, looking for Paulo. Can't quite find him. We had about 5 guys standing there in the penalty box. Uswardi heads this one back. That's the way you head it back, and that's going to be the end of this match. I don't think Lionheart's even going to get much of an opportunity. They will not, because there is the final whistle. We have dominated this one. 2-0 the win. 1.78 XG. They only had 0.08. Only 2 shots for Lionheart in the whole match. Man. And we had almost 70% of the possession. I mean, it was like we're playing against ourselves. So it's dancing with ourselves time here, and I will see you tomorrow with more. Bye-bye.